close your eyes. Not because you have to, but because there's nothing worth watching out there right now. The real journey is inward. The real stage is the space behind your eyelids. Notice your breath. Not in the way people tell you to, not deep, not slow, just notice it. Rising, falling, always there, always yours. And underneath it, a constant stream of thoughts, self-talk, judgments, half-formed stories, the kind of noise you've lived with for so long it feels normal. But tonight, we don't chase it away. We let it drift, like leaves on a river, each thought carried downstream. Each judgment loosening its grip. And as the river carries it all, you sink lower, shoulders softer, chest freer, mind clearer, until you can feel it, the quiet space inside. The place where the real work begins. The place where you finally meet yourself. Stay there, because from here, everything changes. The real one true love of your life, the greatest relationship you will ever have, the only death do us part bond, is you with you. Every morning you wake up, every night you close your eyes. That's the presence you're with, not a partner, not a family, not an audience, just you. And sometimes it doesn't feel like love. Sometimes it feels like a battle. The self-critic, the judgment, the endless commentary that tells you that you're not enough, the insecurities, the doubts, the loops that never seem to break. That's who you've been living with. That's the voice you eat with, the voice you shower with, the voice that walks beside you everywhere you go. And here's the truth. If you spoke to another person the way you sometimes speak to yourself, you'd call it cruel. If someone spoke to you the way your mind does, you wouldn't call it love. But still, this is the relationship that lasts. This is the bond you can't escape. This is the vow, whether you've spoken it aloud or not. So the question becomes, what kind of love will you have with yourself? What kind of marriage will this be? Because it is a marriage and it's not going anywhere. You weren't born hating yourself. You weren't born second-guessing, measuring, judging. That came later. Layer by layer, from parents, teachers, friends, advertisements, the world whispering one message in 1,000 different ways. Love comes from outside. Worth comes from outside. Happiness comes from outside. Be successful. Be admired. Be chosen. Earn enough. Buy enough. shine enough, and then, and only then, you'll feel complete. But tell me, has it ever worked? Have you ever bought enough to quiet the voice inside? Have you ever achieved enough to silence the critic? Good luck. I've tried. You've tried. We've all tried. And the truth is, the outside can't fix the inside. Because when you lie in bed at night, when the lights are off, when no one else is watching, when it's just you and your own breath, who is there? It's still you with you always. So what if you stopped waiting for the outside world to give you permission to love yourself? What if you stopped postponing the relationship that actually matters? Because the marriage was never out there, it was always here. Sometimes life has to break you open before you'll listen. The collapse, the failure, the heartbreak, the nights you didn't know how to go on. And yet, looking back, can't you see why it had to happen? Why you had to fall apart? Because if nothing had shattered, you might never have turned inward. You might still be chasing, running, pleading with the outside to make you whole. Thank God for the breaking. Thank God for the pain. Thank God for the confusion. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The lost years, the moments you thought it was all over, because all of it was an invitation, an initiation, a doorway into yourself. This is where the real journey began. Not in success, not in achievement, but in the fire, in the neurosis you had to face, in the insecurities you couldn't outrun, in the loops you finally broke, in the inner child you finally listened to. And it was heavy, it was raw, it was not easy, but it was the turning back to yourself, the beginning of something you couldn't see yet, a relationship with yourself that would be worth everything you walked through to find it. This is where it begins to change. Not overnight, not all at once, but step by step, breath by breath. You regulate, you elevate, you resonate, you practice. The critic still whispers, but now you notice. The loop still spins, but now you interrupt. The child inside still cries, but now you listen. And in that listening, you grow stronger. Not louder, not harder, not faster, stronger in a deeper way. Steadier, grounded. And slowly, the relationship shifts. The words you once reserved for everyone else begin to turn inward. I am proud of you. I believe in you. I love you. And for the first time, they sound true. Not forced, not fake, true. So repeat them. Let them echo. Let them carve a new groove in your mind. I am worthy. I am deserving. I am loving. I am healthy. Again, I am worthy. I'm deserving. I am loving. I am healthy. Until the words stop being ideas and start being a rhythm. Until the rhythm starts being a truth. Until the truth starts being a life. This is the work, this practice, this devotion, and it changes everything. All of the work leads here, to the vow you can no longer ignore, to the truth you can no longer deny, the greatest love, the greatest relationship, the greatest marriage of your life is with yourself. This is the one that never leaves, the one that never abandons, the one that never ends. Think about it. When you said you needed someone else to complete you, you were lying to yourself. When you thought you had to earn love from outside, you were forgetting that it was already waiting within. This is the marriage, the only death do us part, the vow that is written into your skin, you with you. Through every mistake, through every heartbreak, through every triumph, through every ordinary day, and so make it sacred. Treat it as worthy. Call it what it is, the relationship that sets the tone for every other one. Because when you love yourself this way, when you tend to this vow with yourself, you stop begging, you stop grasping, you stop shrinking, and you stand whole, complete, already chosen. This is not ego, this is not arrogance, this is devotion, this is marriage, and it has always been yours. And when this marriage with yourself is whole, something changes. The desperation falls away. The constant reaching softens. The hunger to be completed by someone else is gone, because you already are. And now, this feels different, not like a struggle, not like a battle, but like a dance. You dance with what comes, you play with what goes, you stop clinging, you stop chasing, you stop begging for crumbs. Instead, you move with life, you laugh with it, you let it surprise you, lift you, meet you, and sometimes you meet your match. Not because you're needy, not because you're empty, but because you're already whole. And when wholeness meets wholeness, the connection is real. When love meets love, the story is true. But whether you meet another or not, you already have the greatest love of all. The one that was here from the beginning, the one that will be here to the end. You with you. So dance, play, live with the lightness that comes when you are no longer searching outside, because the search is over. You have come home. Take a breath, feel your chest rise and fall. Notice your body here, wherever you are, the weight of you, the warmth of you, the presence of you. You've walked through the critic, the conditioning, the breaking, the work, the vow and the dance, and now you know. The real one true love of your life was never out there. It was always here. You with you, the relationship that lasts, the bond that never leaves. So as you return, eyes opening when you're ready, breath steady, mind clear, carry it with you. Not as an idea, but as a truth. Not as a wish, but as a vow. Because the greatest relationship you will ever attend to is this one. You with you. And now you know. The greatest love is here. The greatest bond is near. The vow that cannot break is the one I choose to make. I am worthy. I am whole. I am the keeper of my soul. Through every night, through every day, I walk beside myself this way. Through every storm, through every test, I come back home and find my rest. The searching now is through. The waiting now is done. For the love of my life is me with me, and I am the only one. So let the world rise, let the seasons fall. The marriage within outlives them all. I am worthy. I am whole. I am the gatekeeper of my soul. This is the vow. This is the key. The greatest love is me with me.